Hello, Shatling. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. I am Ginger. Today we're going to be ranking cuck chairs. I'm super excited. Now, let me make one thing clear. I am not personally a cuck. I would rather peel off my skin, starting with the scrotum, than be a cuck. However, I find it fascinating to observe from a psychological standpoint, from an intellectual standpoint, right? I'm going to quantify cuck chairs based on many factors, ergonomics, comfort, some more things that I can't outline in detail because they're toss. Alright, we're gonna get into the nitty-gritty of it. I'm excited. Any chair can be a cuck chair if your creativity is vast enough. So why don't we go ahead and rename these? I'm gonna put this one as Perfection. Could not be better. Optimal experience. And then let's add a tier below this one. Whoa, did they update the UI? Hold on. Why does it look different? Okay, add a row below. Let's change the color. And then, oh my gosh. Disgusting. I spit. There we go. Perfect. Flawless. Now let's hop right in. So first off, we have an extremely strong one right off the bat. This looks incredibly comfortable, okay? It's one of those pool deck reclining chairs, I want to say. However, there is one significant fault. How are you going to be watching activities occur if you are laying back, right? Because with most chairs of this genre, you have an upright seated position. Your eyes can look straight forward. You are engaged in the observation of said activities. But with this chair, you're leaned back. So you're gonna have to be like craning your neck downward. That's gonna put pressure on your neck. Maybe you're gonna end up with some neck pain, some back pain. It doesn't seem very practical from a pragmatic standpoint. However, it does look really comfortable, right? Because simultaneously, leaning back is very comfortable, right? So this one's kind of tough. Is it B tier or C tier? I'm honestly gonna go C tier. Initially I had such good feelings because it's a reclining relaxation lawn chair, whatever the fuck it's called. It looks awesome. This is cool. This is unique. This is niche. In the cuck chair community, this would be niche. However, maybe it's niche for a reason. Maybe it's just not functional enough, okay? Okay. Moving on. What is this, bro? So, I already see a major issue. There's no armrest. It's actually just an L. There is zero armrest. So, one of your arms is just going to be dangling to the side. That doesn't seem very comfortable, okay? And aside from that, it's hard. There's decent lumbar support, but is that really what you want in this situation? The shape of the chair doesn't look very comfortable. The ergonomics, they're not speaking into my heart. I'm gonna go D tier, honestly. This one sucks. Might even be disgusting, I spit. But no, I feel like we'll find even worse ones. Moving on, this looks like Santa's sleigh if it was yellow. What the fuck is this? Is this like a lawn chair but shorter? I'm so confused. What is this? Okay, well, let's just hop right in. So, it does look kind of like a lawn chair, but I will say it's less reclined than the other one. So, slightly fixes the issue of having to crane your neck, right? What is that structure? Why are the arms so high, but then the lumbar support ends so low? I'm so intrigued by this design. Is that a rocking chair? Wait, is that a rocking chair? Oh my gosh, I think it might be a rocking chair. It's not doing it for me, bro. It's not doing it for me. I'm gonna put it in the same tier as the reclining lawn chair, just because the structure is somewhat similar. You would still have the issue of leaning back and having to look down, which is slightly uncomfortable. Although I would say it's marginally better, it's more upright. But simultaneously, why are the armrests so high? You're gonna be sitting like this. It just looks really awkward. Also, it's an ugly color. C tier. Okay, this is a stool. So we actually have zero lumbar support, zero armrest, ergonomics out the window. This is going in disgusting, I spit. Honestly, you might be more comfortable sitting on the floor. Okay, this is awesome. Wait, you see this? That looks so cool. Bro, if I was a cuck, I would probably go for this one. No. Okay, let's take a step back. I'm getting way too excited. From a practical standpoint, I don't see any armrests. Where are my arms going, okay? I like how it hugs you. It feels very cozy, right? I like how you're in a little cocoon there. But where are my arms going? Where do I rest them? I don't know. The cushions do look very comfortable. I'll give you that much. Let's go B tier, okay? No armrest. That's a significant flaw. but it looks extremely cozy. It looks cool. It reminds me of Frutiger Arrow, which is the best aesthetic. B tier. I have to sneeze. What in God's green earth is that? I actually can't even tell what that is. We're gonna skip this one because I genuinely can't tell what I'm looking at. I'll just move it down. Oh my gosh. What? Whoa. Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. So this one is similar in structure to the D tier. Let's analyze their differences. This actually has more substance, right? It has more material. There is more material to support your back, your behind, your legs, overall a greater surface area. Now this one, it kind of has like the hourglass shape. Would that be more comfortable, honestly? Maybe the hourglass shape allows your arm to kind of like fall back here. You see, wait, can you see my chair? I'll scoot my chair up for you so you can see. So see, my arm is hitting the chair right here. I can't rest my arm straight down because my chair is in the way. You see this? So maybe having the hourglass shape allows your arm to fit nicely into here. So as it's, you know, there's no armrest, so you have to drape it down to the side. That's the next best option. As you are letting your arm fall down, there's a nice little space for it. So maybe having the hourglass shape for the chair is actually a plus. Maybe the reduced surface area is actually a blessing in disguise. I'm gonna put it one tier above the other one for that reason, okay? And in terms of the chair legs, not a huge difference. This one has 2, this one has 3. I feel like they wouldn't interfere with your ability to engage in set activities. Moving on. What is that, bro? It looks like foil covering 2 hard-boiled eggs. Skip because I can't tell what I'm looking at. Okay. Next up we have, okay. This looks like Laffy Taffy. It also doesn't look comfortable at all. Why is the hamstring area so long? Like, whose upper legs are that long? I feel like you would be sitting like this, like laying down, because it's so far from the back of the chair to the front 2 legs. I'm so perplexed by that design. Although, would that be good for the activity that we are discussing? I think that might actually be the optimal build, because if you are reclined a little bit, you know, not too much, not to the extent where you're having to crane your neck, but just a bit reclined, this structure may be favorable, right? I have to say, I do like the curve on the legs there. Because again, you're not going to be sitting like perfectly upright, like, you know? You're going to be kind of relaxed. And I think the curved design really helps with that. It really welcomes that posture. Honestly, let's go C tier. Well, B tier? No, it doesn't deserve to be on the same level as that one. C tier. Okay, so this is made of metal. And it also looks like those toilets that you find in public parks. You know, the metal ones with no seat? It's just like the bare ass fucking... It looks like that. It also looks like it would be very cold. So not the most comfortable experience. Although, it does have armrests. This is perplexing. I will say, the back of the chair, way too short. You're gonna be like, your back's gonna be arching over the edge. How does that even work? Not enough support back there. I'm gonna go D tier probably. It looks like it would be really cold. If that truly is metal, imagine sitting down and it's just freezing. Ugh. No, not nice. What is this? I genuinely can't tell what I'm looking at. That one's also getting moved. Okay. I feel like this is the basicest cuck chair I have seen yet. This is like the vanilla of cuck chairs, right? This just looks extremely... It's solid. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not amazing. It gets the job done, right? The lumbar support is kind of lacking. The chair is a little short. I don't like that. The armrests are very small as well. I feel like they would just dig into your arm, right? It doesn't look super comfortable, honestly. It gets the job done. It can be sat on. It's not freezing like the metal one. But do I love it? No. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Where'd it go? Honestly, if there was a D+, I'd put it in there. Kind of lame. Again, it's like the vanilla of cuck chairs. Moving on to, this is actually just a metal grater. What am I looking at? Bro, this is like a strainer. What is this? So, from what I can understand, this is a curved seat made of a metal mesh. Or I'm interpreting this wrong. It looks like there's a cushion on the bottom. Okay. Terrible. No arm support. very uncomfortable. If you are wearing minimal clothing, your bare skin is now exposed to this metal mesh pattern. That cannot be comfortable, bro. Like, not only is it lacking cushion, it's actually made of metallic mesh. I can think of very few things that are less comfortable than that. It's going in disgusting, I spit. No armrest, barely any lumbar support, really an awkward shape. If that truly is a curved shape and I'm not seeing it wrong, it doesn't look comfortable at all. Okay. This one actually is the exact same as this one, or am I tweaking? Like, it's the exact same except there's a gap, but for the activity that we are analyzing, this gap would not add or subtract anything, right? It's mainly about the arms. It's mainly about where you're putting your arms. So I'm gonna put it in D tier, honestly. They're too similar. I need to get, bro. We don't have a single S tier. Yo, what is this? Are there any S tiers in here? Oh my gosh. This is the one. This is the one. It looks like an inflatable. Dude, you know those pool floaties? That's what it looks like. Oh my gosh. Perfect lumbar support. The back of it is tall enough to support you. Very squishy. Perfect armrests. If you want them, they're there. They're nice and large and voluminous. Is that a word? Voluminous? This is amazing. This is our first S tier, bro. If I were to engage in cuckoldry, this is what I would be striving for. This right here. Call me crazy. This is an S tier. Thank you for being here. Make sure you are following my Twitch if you haven't already, because I stream every single day, okay? Okay. Have a nice day, Chatling. That is an order. Got it? Bye! Mwah!